In a world of thread and linen, where the colors intertwine, the cross-stitch queen awakens with a vision so divine. With needle poised like magic wand, she dances through the night, creating tales of fabric dreams in hues both bold and bright. On nightingales sing your song, your stitches soft and sweet, each knot a whisper of the past, where memories and fabric meet. With parades of half-done dreams, they flutter in the air. Completed projects tell the tales of love stitched with such care.
Hi everybody, this is Vic and this is Bella, and you have found Nightingale Stitchery. Today is floss tube number 5 and it is September 16th, 2025. All right, she's super impatient. Dadu's getting her some chicken, so I'm gonna put her back down. Just thought you would want to see her, so okay. So it's been over 2 months since I have videoed, and I'm sure that lots of stuff has gone on in your world. Tons of stuff has gone in our world as well, and I'd like to tell you about it. So we had some vacation, we had lots of starts, lots of whips, some finishes even, and we've had 2 retreats and a grand opening at work, and I should tell you all about it. What do you think? If you found this channel, it is a channel about cross stitch mainly, but other kinds of needlework, crafting as well. Okay, so let's start in June. I do have notes down here, like lots of notes. So anyway, so we're gonna start in June, and because I think it was like the end of May or beginning of June when I did my last floss tube. So my husband is hiking the Appalachian Trail. He has a life goal of getting to do all of it, which is 2,198 miles. He's doing it in sections, which if you're not familiar with that term, section hike, don't worry about it. I wasn't either until Sean started talking about wanting to do this Appalachian Trail hike. Some people hike the entire 2,000 miles all at one time, which takes like 5 to 7 months to do. We are not independently wealthy, and since my husband has to work in order to keep me in the lifestyle that I enjoy, he has to do it in section hikes, which actually is wonderful to me in that I miss him terribly when he's gone. I couldn't even imagine him being gone 5 to 7 months. This year he hiked from June 19th to July 2nd, which was 12 and a half days. He did about 140 miles, just a little bit more than that. And he hiked between Duncannon, Pennsylvania and Delaware Water Gap in New Jersey. At the end of the video, he's going to add in some pictures and maybe some video of some of that hike, because I'm sure there are people out there that are interested in what a hike like that entails. It is pretty interesting, like how small his pack gets. He tries to keep it like 35 pounds or something like that, and that includes like all of his food, his sleeping stuff, how he cooks his food, all of the different things. So anyway, so he'll insert those pictures at the end of the video, so stay tuned for those if you are interested. So my best girlfriend came down with us. We drove a rented car, and Sean drove his beater with a heater. And we drove him to Delaware Water Gap, where he left his car there. And then Sherry and I drove him to Duncannon, Pennsylvania, where he wanted to start his next section. The last hike that he hiked was from Virginia to West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania to Duncannon. So we wanted to start at Duncannon to get the next section. So we stayed down, she and I stayed down in the Lancaster area for a few days, just in case he needed our help in any way, like bring him any extra supplies or something that he felt like he forgot or anything like that. So we were available in that area for him. We went to a bunch of thrifting stores. We ate lots of great Amish food and all sorts of things. And then we just enjoyed quiet time together, which we don't get a whole lot of. Sherry has 3 young boys still at home, and she's homeschooling. And so they have a very busy, full life. And it's just nice. It was really wonderful to get away for a few days. So I wanted to tell you about a couple of the places that we went while we were down there, just because I think that you might be interested, especially if you live in that area. A few places that we checked out that perhaps you don't know about, or if you're traveling down to that area, you might be interested in stopping. So one of the places that we stopped, and I want to just look at my notes because I want to make sure that I get the information correct about the place, but it was a thrift shop that my childhood friend of ours, owns with her husband in Adamstown, Pennsylvania. It is called Welcome Home Thrift and More. It's just a short ways from Lancaster. I think it took us like 15-20 minutes to get there. So it is owned by Don and Alicia Wombolt. They run the thrift store as a nonprofit to support people that are in financial need. So they take in donated items and find things that they can purchase reasonably. And they either sell the items to make some money to be able to help people, or they also give away items that are in the store to people that are in need. Sorry, I just thought that I wasn't recording, but I am recording. Anyway, so it's just a very nice way to be able to support people in their area. And so, for instance, if a single mom were to let them know that they were in need, they would either provide clothes for her for like job interviews and such things like that, or being able to get a job. They would supply clothes to her kids, any kind of kitchen type of items that she might need and stuff like that. But they also sell those items to make money to be able to give to people that are in need for, say, like electric bills or things like that they might need. And we will include that their contact information and such, their address and that kind of thing down in our description box, so that you can contact them if you would want to donate. You could contact them. I know that Alicia is incredibly receptive to any way that they can be of help. When we were there in the shop, of course, we were like looking, thrifting, that kind of thing. And Alicia and her daughter were there just helping everyone that was in the shop. And they just have real gifts of compassion and joy to be able to, respond to everyone that was coming in the shop. And, that means a lot when you're in need, just to have people that are joyful towards you, that don't look at you as, a burden or anything like that. Just, they just share their love for you in there. And didn't matter. We weren't in need, but we were having fun shopping in there. And of course, they were just as joyful with us as they were with every single person that came into the shop. So it was just a really neat and also beautifully laid out shopping experience. So anyway, I encourage you to go there. Again, it is called Welcome Home, Thrift and More in Adamstown, Pennsylvania. So then I also dragged my non-crafty gal pal to Stitches Unlimited. And I kept hearing about this shop from Liz and Deb of Country Stitchers. And they have a floss tube. I'm sure anyone that watches me has got to be know them as well, because they're so well known. Anyway, they talk about Stitches Unlimited all the time. That is their local needlework shop. And so we had to check it out, and it was such a sweet shop. It was beautifully laid out. The people that work there were just wonderful, and all of the people that were in there shopping were super sweet and just a lot of fun. And I purchased a few things there, so I'm going to share that right now with you, just because I think it's a good time, and just to tell you what they had available there. When I go to local needlework shops, when I'm adventuring around or whatever, I like to ask them if they have any specific exclusives to their shop. Either, something that was from a retreat, or just something that they sell. Like, we have patterns that different designers have done that have like a picture of Hobby House on the front of their pattern, or Hobby House is part of their pattern, or things that are like that. So anyway, so I asked them, and they shared with me, this is, unfortunately, I'm sorry, I think it's the last one that they said that they had, but it is from Stitches Unlimited, it's a created especially for Stitches Unlimited by Needlework Press, which I got to meet, I think it was Vicky that's Needlework Press, this last weekend. Anyway, so this is the pattern that I got. Super cute. It's called Oh Noble Heart, and it came with the threads, which is really great because sometimes the threads change color, so it was really neat. And they said that it could be done on linen or on perforated paper. So I thought maybe I might decide to do it on perforated paper, because the way that the pattern is, it's very let me show you this part. It's very simple. Like, the motifs are very open and just very sweet. And I almost think I would really love to stitch it on perforated paper that I make look old with like tea or something like that. So anyway, so that was that pattern. And then they also had these patterns that they were a sampler that they had all together. And I'm going to have Sean put a picture of that sampler somewhere, but I'm going to show you each of the patterns. So they were Summer House Stitchwork patterns, and these were all together in one sampler. And what was really neat about it is they're called Susquehanna Valley samplers. And because that's where we was in the Susquehanna Valley. Now, I'm gonna stitch these all together where I have another Summer House Stitchwork set of patterns that I'm going to do separately as little pillows like these are. But the reason why I was so excited about getting it is Sean's last 2 hikes, well, he ended at the Susquehanna River, and he started it again at the Susquehanna River, and then he hiked through the Susquehanna Valley, and also his sweet beloved grandparents lived most of their married life right beside the Susquehanna River. Their home was right on the river, and so I just thought it would mean an awful lot to us that as I stitch it, that those things will become memories for us, and I just thought it was neat. So anyway, then they had some beautiful fabrics, which I'm not sure if I should take them out or if I should just leave them in the package. I think maybe I'll just leave them in the package. This one is called Silver Fox by Fiber on a Whim, and they come pre-packaged like this, which was wonderful. I just love that idea. And then, okay, so at work, I have this fabric, but when we were down there, we hadn't gotten a shipment of it. I came home and there was a shipment of it, so haha. Anyway, this one is 32 count Pablos blue, and I think it is, I don't know who it's by. I'm sure she told me. Hold on one second, because I might have the info here somewhere. Okay, and then this one is 32 count Muddy Waters. Okay, the little symbol that is here on the tag, I don't know if you can tell what that is. I want to say, is it shepherds? I'm not going to guess. That would just be silly. So anyway, okay, they're all really pretty. They're all different shades of blues. This one has a lot more modeling than the other ones did, but I really liked them. They were very pretty. So, and then from Artful Offerings, they had this pattern. Okay, those poshy looking birdies that are so cute and so elegant. I have not started stitching this because I wanted to show you, but I can't wait to start stitching it. I want to stitch this. And then I did get the threads to go with it, even the DMCs, because actually I was thinking I was going to start it when Sherry and I were doing our little, staying at the hotel thing and stuff. And we were talking so much, I had no ability to pay attention and concentrate. And then I also got this Stitchy Ruler thread holder, which I love. And I know that we have these at Hobby House or something very close to these. And I think that I might like to collect these from the different shops that I go to. I think that would be really fun. I'm always looking for something to hold my threads in. So on when I'm doing like the Mill Hill kits and stuff like that, I love that. So, okay, let me just check really quick and make sure I covered everything that I wanted to with you, because I don't want to forget anything because it was such a fun time. Okay, so I showed you everything that I got at Stitches Unlimited. I will show you all the rest of my acquisitions towards the end of the video. So you don't have to watch all of that if you don't want to. Okay, then we came home and I had some much needed rest and stitching. If you heard me say that we rented a car to take Sean down, it was because our car was dying. And so I couldn't go anywhere. I was totally stuck at home, which was very fine with me. And I really enjoyed that. I spent some time looking for a new car and, just doing a little homework on that. But otherwise, I just stitched and stitched and stitched. And I don't know if you're anything like me, but, you have your normal home things you've got to get done, laundry, dishes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, since Sean wasn't home, I didn't have hardly any dishes since I wasn't leaving the house. I wasn't, changing my clothes all the time and stuff. And so I barely cooked. I just stitched and rested. And it was so wonderful. I just loved it so much. And I got a ton of stitching done. I started a bunch of things just because I could, and it was fun. And pardon me, I have to take a drink. So I was waiting to hear from Sean to see if he was going to need me to come back down and help him at all. Also, and I would have just rented another car if I needed to do that. But so while waiting for him, obviously I just couldn't do very much, so I just didn't. And the heat was so bad. I didn't spend a lot of time outside. He was in like high 90s degree heat. So anyway, I just wanted to share that it's a little hard hiking in 90s plus heat and watching for snakes. So that was interesting, and I was always excited to hear from him in the afternoon, evening to see, just how much fun he had. And he really does enjoy the hiking, and I appreciate that about him so much because I get to live vicariously through him. So anyway, okay, on to my stitching. Phew! Only 22 minutes in. Okay, I promise that this will not be too long. I'm hoping to still keep it under maybe an hour and a half. So anyway, so my very first thing that I started stitching on, and this was a start since I saw you last, and just give me 2 minutes to get everything situated. I started stitching Token for My Friend, and it is stitched on antique lace, I believe. Yep, 32 count antique lace by Seraphim. This is the pattern, and it is by Heartstring Samplery. I saw this at the shop and just the model of it and just fell in love. It's so beautiful. And here are the threads that I used. I did change the Brethren blue. It wasn't as dark as I saw in the sampler. And so I decided to do Deep Sea instead, which is this color here. So you can kind of see how different. I'll show it to you on there. The difference in the color are quite different. So anyway, without further ado, I will show you what I got done. Now, I started over here because I'm a left-hand starter, and I got through the rows and everything, which I absolutely love. And then got to the bird. Now, I think the bird is kind of showing up. Let me see if I can back it up just a little bit. That it's mainly dark. It's not. It's, let's see what you can see. If things are not. Well, I'm going to pause, see if we can change our lighting situation a little bit so you can see the colors better. Okay, hopefully we've got a little bit better lighting here. So, okay, so the blues that are in here, there is you can kind of see in the wing right here, it's quite dark. I think it's black, if I'm not mistaken. It is mascara in that spot. So anyway, I'm loving it. I think it's really pretty. I have not figured out what I am putting in where it says a token for my friend. I'm not sure that I'm going to put that part, only because I don't want to give it away. And I love Sherry and I love all of my other friends. I'm just not sure I want to give it away. I really like it myself. And so I was thinking about putting like a verse or something in there that might be suitable. All right, so now I have to figure out where I'm putting these. Sorry, I think I'm gonna put that there. Okay, so then the next thing that I worked on was Kathy's, oh shoot, and do I have that pattern? Yes, Kathy's pattern, Patriotic Trio. If you remember in my last couple of videos, I talked about it, and I gave one of the patterns away. So there. It is in this bag from Joyful Stitching that I was given from 911 Stitcher. She had a giveaway and I won that bag quite a while ago. Okay, I wanted to just show you real quick something else that I purchased, because my floss ring bling is from this box that I bought. So on Facebook, there is a cross stitch destashing site, and a woman on there named Leslie Davis was offering these little boxes for purchase. And I decided I wanted one for my Patriotic Trio, but also once I finish the Patriotic Trio, I think I'm going to use some of the pieces for in Land That I Love. So anyway, so that is the front of the box. And it's tiny. It's smaller than I expected it to be, but it's so really, really super cute. So it came with this little ring bling. It's a really beautiful little brass piece. Not showing it very well, sorry. A little flag. And then it also came with a little pair of flag scissors with a sheath. It also came with a package of needles, Bowen needles, size 26, I believe they were. Yes. So it has like a little pocket in the top part that it can go into, and then has a little where you could put like a little pencil or pen or something up in here. And then it came with 4 little threads, which are Weeks Dye Works, Baked Apple, Blue Coat Blue, Blue Coat Red, and Blue Bonnet. And so that was really sweet. And then it also came with this little needle, which I don't think I'm going to get open right now for whatever reason. But anyway, it came with a little needle holder. So I haven't unloaded it because I wanted to show you guys that. But I was too impatient to use the floss holder thing. So anyway, okay, so back onto Patriotic Trio. So this was the pattern that Kathy did. And it's beautiful. It's available in the shop, so you are welcome to order it. So this is the one that I started and ended up finishing. And I am using none of the called for threads, I don't think. I am using Blacksmith Blue for the blue, Cherry Cobbler, Parchment but I am using parchment and, oh, it must be in the bag, and black coffee. I'm using parchment and another thread. Hold on. Because I liked how the, oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's parchment and something else. Hold on one second. Maybe I wrote it down. That would be great if I wrote it down. Oatmeal. Parchment and oatmeal. And the oatmeal is quite light colored. But I liked how it showed up on my fabric. So if you can tell, it's lighter down here. And it's a little bit more primitive looking up in here. So anyway, I wanted to do this one first because the font of the lettering is so beautiful and I just love it so much. And so that was the first one that I wanted to finish. And so I'll keep working on the other patterns, the other stitches as we go throughout the year, because I want to keep finishing other patriotic stitches, as well as the Land That I Love pattern that I mainly am working on. So okay, so that's the next one that I'm going to show you is Land That I Love. I did finally start it, which I was super excited about. I think it is beautiful. I am using Vicki Clayton silks. Let's see. I am using 36 count latte by XJU linens. So first I'll show you the pattern. It's a very familiar pattern to many people. It's so beautiful. All of the different elements in it are so neat. If you're not familiar with it, I'm not really sure like how to show you the pattern any better, but perhaps getting online, look it up. It's by Teresa Kogut. But then you can see all of these elements much closer. Yeah, so I started at the bottom, again, bottom left-hand corner. I want to show you the threads that I do have the threads in a old-fashioned bobbin case, and I have a list of all of my threads that are here. But yes, so I have them in a bobbin case like this, most of them. Some of them I have in a bag, but then what I did was I put them on a card, like small amounts of them, put on the card, and then labeled them so that I can just pull off what I need, and then I can put back, I don't know if you can see like the little bits, I can put those pieces back on there, because it's kind of hard to put them back on the bobbin and have them stay on the bobbin. So anyway, that's what I was doing. And then you'll notice I've done a couple of other parts of the pattern a little differently to make them look a little bit more like it's a cat and a dog. I wanted them to look like our cat and dog. So anyway, so I got some other threads that would, I could use those to make the kitty and the dog. Anyway, without further ado, here you go. Again, just to remind you, I did go through on the bottom and stitch each of the colors that I was going to use, using one thread and using two threads, because I wanted to see how they would cover. And this is what I ended up coming up with for stitching it. Yeah, so this is supposed to be Lindy. Lindy is not calico, but the colors made her calico. And so I'm still trying to decide, am I going to leave her like that, or am I going to take it out and just, or I'm not sure. I haven't quite decided yet, but Bella pretty much looks just like this. So I'm definitely going to leave Bella. And then in the pattern, there is another cat and dog on this side, and those I'm going to do as memorial pets that we have, and we haven't quite decided which two we're going to put over there. Another kitty and another dog. But anyway, so these flowers are so beautiful. I just love all of it, all the colors that are coming together. Really am enjoying working with Vicki Clayton silks, and on this latte I think the colors all show up really beautifully. Sorry about that. I think that probably represents the colors a little bit better. This fabric is a little taupey colored, I think. So anyway, Land That I Love, and I really am enjoying that, and I'm looking forward to getting back to stitching that again now that once I do the floss tube, then I can kind of get back into the different pieces that I was working on. Some of the pieces I've not worked on since July, when I thought I was going to do the last floss tube. I just kind of put everything to the side, hoping, you know, to do the floss tube, and then I would get back to them. And yeah, so sorry about that. Okay, so let me just make sure. I did want to note, I made a mistake in the house of that I'm working on in the Land That I Love, and one of the windows is one stitch over, but I'm not going to fix it. I'm going to just leave it as it is, and just keep that in mind when I go to do the other things. I won't count off of that window, obviously. So, all right. Okay. The next one that I worked on was Marie's Chickens by Reflect de Soie. And I basically am just used DMC flosses for the silks that the silks called for on the back there. So oops, sorry. Okay, so this is the pattern, and I fell in love with it. I'm thinking actually I might want to stitch it a second time, because I think I would really like it to be a giant pillow or something. So anyway, here it is. It's not super big here, so you know, it's not as tall as my hand, and yeah, so anyway, so it'll make a small pillow or something. And I think I'm going to do it with really fluffy chenille trim on the edges, because I think that would end up looking very vintagey. And yeah, so it was so much fun to do this. And this is done on, let's see, 14 count stonewash seraphim. And I started it a couple months ago, I think. It just worked on it a little bit at a time, and then I finished it on the 27th of June. So, alrighty. So I'm sorry, but that'll end up going into the box of things that I have to finish. And we are planning to move in the spring. And so pretty much nothing is going to get finished before we move, because I don't have time. And between packing and trying to find another living situation and that kind of thing, I won't have the time. So it's fine. It's just, we all have those, under the box, under the bed boxes and whatnot, and I have a giant tote. So anyway, okay, so this is E. Dalton 1847, the Beekeeper's Cottage, and this is my piece that I work on when I go to like doctor's appointments or have to sit at the garage kind of thing. So I got a lot of fill-in done, and I did a lot of the house, started up on the roof. I don't stitch on it all the time. I stitch on it when I've got like where I don't have to pay attention a whole lot. Like I can do some counting, but then just fill in. I really do enjoy it. I have a lot of fun stitching on it. I just want to make sure I'm telling you everything. I started it in September of 24. And so I worked on a little bit in July, this July. So, and that is on a 14 count that I hand dyed myself gray. And it's by Just Stitching Along. Just Stitching Along is Krista Gramer, and I got the pleasure of meeting her. I think it was last May, I think. They came for a retreat, and it was a kind of like a stitch-in type of retreat, and she shared a bunch of her samplers that she has purchased, and I think is going to I can't think of the word. She is going to do the designs of those samplers. So anyway, okay, so the next one that I'm going to show you is my advent calendar from Veronique Angenjay. I am using DMC, all the called for DMCs. I'll show you the picture of the actual advent calendar. This is the book that it's in. It is a French designer. Veronique is French. And this is the advent calendar. Let's see if I can. Here are some of the pieces that are in it. She makes them into a pocket. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do them. I think I want them to be little ornaments. And so I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do with them. So I'll show you the ones that I worked on this time. So this time I did number 10, 11, and 12, and number 13. So I'll show you 13 in a second. Do you see how much back stitching there is in each of these pieces? Some of them are a little bit longer stitches. I love it. It's beautiful. I love working on it. It's a lot of fun. But it can, I don't want to dissuade you from working on something like this, but it can be a little stressful to me, because making sure that those stitches go where they need to, and some of them are not like, they're not just at the X, they're in between stitches. Let me see if I can. Okay, I'm going to try to bring it really, really close, like where you can see, let's see, these, you can see that they're in between. So like you would count across 3 threads, they're in between those 3 threads in the, anyway. So if you're not a beginner stitcher, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're a beginner stitcher, it's a little harder. I wouldn't say I'm a beginner, but I also wouldn't say I'm necessarily a super experienced stitcher. So some of that was a little harder for me, and so I decided to stop. Although I felt like I was on a roll. I was like, woohoo, getting, you know, I got 4 of them done, and, you know, feeling like, wow, that was amazing. But I had to take a deep breath after the last one. I was like, okay, I think I'm done for right now. I think I'm not gonna want to stitch another one for a little while, and that was a little while ago, so I might get them back out again. All right, find a good place to put those. The book is heavy, so okay. So the next one, anyway, just let me tell you a really quick thing. I started that in November of 21, so that's how long I've been stitching on it. I only bring it out like right around Christmas time or whatever, but I have decided that I really want to get it finished so that we can use it. So, okay. Also, another funny little thing. I ran out of the red that I was using. And it's a very specific, I don't remember which red it is, but anyway, it's a very specific one. So we got 4 skeins out of red, and 3 of them were a completely different shade of red. Only one of them matched the shade of red that I had. I was like, oh my word. So, and they're all DMC. So, you know, you wouldn't think maybe that it would be that different, but anyway, so, okay, so the next one I'm going to show you is called Green on Green. And this one is a real favorite of mine as far as like, I want to get it done so I can hang it up. It's very pretty. I fell in love with it at Hobby House when one of the first times that I went there. Kathy had done it. I think she did it in Cadet. I don't remember what fabric she did it in, but she did it with the called for. It's well, called for thread anyway. She did it in Cadet, and the called for fabric was by, picture this, plus Papas. I've not ever seen that fabric, so I don't know what it is. We've not ever had that color again in the shop since I've been there. So anyway, this is the pattern. I loved it because I love all those Quaker pieces and stuff, and that lettering is so gorgeous. Now, again, it is fiddly, very fiddly. Like you can see in the pattern, there's a lot of back stitching, and I'll show you on my piece the back stitching of it. But this is the color that I'm using, uniform blue. I love the variegation in it. It's very blue gray or tealy blue gray, so I really like that a lot. So okay, without further ado, I'm pretty sure that Sean will be putting pictures up of where I was at before and stuff of all of these, but I'm pretty sure that I did the Z, and I'm pretty sure I did all of the motifs all the way over, and this is the far right side now, so I've gotten all the way across the piece, and I just love it. I love it so much. I actually had a hard time stopping this one. I wanted to keep working on it, but I really wanted to do some other pieces too. So I love the variegation in the trees. I think that's just beautiful, so gorgeous. And yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think I will probably go back to it sometime before I do another video. Let me show you the lettering. And so you can really see the fiddliness of the lettering, but I love it. It's so pretty. And I think these are Smyrna crosses at the ends of some of the places there. So it's pretty. It's just pretty. And so I can't wait to get this like hung up. I think it's going to go in our bedroom. Our bedroom has a lighter color of this, but I think that it will go very nicely back there. Or in our new bedroom, we'll probably have the same color. So anyway, that one is Green on Green by Rosewood Manor. I am stitching it on 28 count Abecedarian by R&R with uniform blue. I started it April of 22. So does anybody else, like, are there pieces, you know, do they take them forever? I feel like some of my pieces are taking so long, but I guess maybe it's because I stitch so many things all at one time that I don't necessarily get a ton of progress on any one, you know, thing. All right, so if you have been with me at all, you will know that I am stitching on G. Leger. And G. Leger is by Reflet de Soie. I worked on it in June and July, but when I decided to do my floss tube, I was going to do it at the end of July. So I have not worked on it at all since then. Shame on me. Just because I took it out of the hoop, I pressed it, and then there it laid on the table, and I just left it there. Anyway, it is on 32 count Silver Moon Lugana by Zweigart. This is the pattern. It is absolutely beautiful. I started down here. I have worked all the way up to the top. I have worked across to, let's see, the M over here. And now I am this far at the bottom. This part is empty still. I haven't gotten up there yet. I am using threads that Lisa from Kindred Stitcher and Deb from Country Stitchers had done a conversion into overdyes, and this is a selection of them. I'm doing them both from Lisa and Deb, kind of picking and choosing which ones I like and doing it that way. So, okay, again, without further ado, I'll show you. The last time we got together, I was working on the house. I didn't have the roof done. I had all the bushes and all of that kind of thing done. So I finished inside the house and I did the roof. I think I might have done some of this here. But yeah, I know that I did this up here, possibly this one here. And I know that I filled in some of this down here, the blue and some of the cross pieces down in there. Basically because I was getting sick of working on red. I know, how can I say that? But I was getting sick of working on red and some of the yellow, so I kept like coming down here, just bringing some other threads in. So yeah, I don't know if that's really there we go. That's a good. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I can't wait to get it done. I will show you the whole piece, although I'm sure you're gonna see through. There we go. So I'm positive I have plenty of fabric. Yeah, so I just love, like, I love all the colors that are in the letters. They're just beautiful. I had been thinking about making it look old, and when I picked the fabric that I did, I liked that it was fresh and crisp looking, and so I'm not at this point going to go about trying to make it look old. I think I'm gonna keep it looking new and fresh, and I'm not sure how I will frame it or anything like that, but I'm sure it's going to get a very regal, beautiful looking frame that might break the bank, but that's okay. It's worth it. It's so beautiful. And sometimes we just have to do that kind of thing. All right. The next one I worked on is Double Crown 1823. This one I absolutely fell in love with. If you remember, my girlfriend at work helped me to pick out the silks because we didn't have all of the silks at work. So she helped me switch a couple of them, and if you want that information, I'm more than happy to share that, and Sherry gave me permission to do so. I can share that with you, but this is the pattern. It is called Double Crown 1823 by Samplers Not Forgotten, and it is gorgeous. The colors that are shown on this picture are really beautiful, but the colors that are in the actual pattern are just gorgeous. Let me show you the silks. They're all silk. They're just so pretty, and a joy to stitch with. Just beautiful to stitch with. So anyway, I'm hoping that, yeah, there we go. It is, these flowers are so rich looking, just so beautiful. I had a really hard time stopping stitching on this, and the next time I pull it out, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna keep stitching until it's done. I just enjoyed it so much, but again, I wanted to work on some other things, so you know, but it is so pretty. The variegation, let me just show that to you again. The variegation in these letters and the darker letters up top. Let's see. There we go. Can you see that? I hope my colors are showing up, because sometimes they just, it's hard to tell on the camera when you're looking at the camera. Anyway, let's see, that is stitched on 36 count hog bristle. I had never stitched on hog bristle before. I hadn't stitched on any fox and rabbit before, and it's very nice to stitch on, very smooth, and I really love how the silks go through the fabric. It's really nice. I started that on the 4th of June, and I worked on that in July. Okay, so the next one was a start and a finish, and this one is called Indigo Lane. I kitted this up, oh my word, I don't know, probably in 2021, maybe. Somebody was working, the Proper Stitcher was working on it, and I saw her working on it, and it was so beautiful. And you know, I just realized I'm like not showing you any of the bags that I work with. Anyway, I made this one. Love it. It's beautiful. And these are the tags that I use. You can just get these on like Amazon. They're come with a little jute twine, and I just like them. So they're easy to write on. And anyway, these are the colors. There are lots of really pretty blues and greens and tans. Kind of a muted palette, but like this green was so surprising. But it worked. It just really worked in it. So, all right. So if you're not familiar with Indigo Lane, this is what that looks like. It is by Brenda Gervais. And it is just a sweet pattern. Beautiful. Little bit of Quaker, little bit of house and bird motifs, flowers. And this is my finish. So let me pull it back, and there's better color. Let's see. I used 28 count light ash gray Lugana, and I used all the called for threads. I started it on July 27th and I finished it on August 14th. And I didn't stitch on it, you know, like monogamously or anything, but pretty much I just wanted to get it done. I loved it. I thought it was pretty. I love doing the stitching down here. That was a lot of fun. A little mindless, but a lot of fun. So yeah, the tree was a lot of counting, but the flowers were really fun and pretty, and the Quakers were fun. So yeah, I want to say, I think I might have changed the color of the house and the roof. The roof I did tin bucket. The roof I did tin bucket, which I know is different than what. Let me just look really quick. Yeah, for Pamlico, I used tin bucket. For corn husk, I used broom tree. Oh, so maybe I didn't use that bright green. No, for this, okay. Sorry, it's what happens when you don't do the floss tube when you're thinking you're going to do it. Anyway, I didn't use this bright green. I ended up using this one instead in the flowers. And then for the roof, I used tin bucket, which is this one. And then for the house, I want to say I used evergreen. I'm looking for it, not seeing it. Hold on one second. One moment, please. I don't think the house looks very variegated, so I'm going to say I used 3022. It's a DMC 3022. Whoops, sorry. There. So the house was supposed to be a lighter gray. I think you can see that. Let's see. Yes, the house was supposed to be lighter gray, and the roof would have been a lighter gray yet. And then you can see the brightness in these flowers. Let's see which one. Right along here would have been that bright green, and I used the other. So I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I like the house being a little brighter and the roof being more black. We've always had black roofs, so I really enjoy that. So anyway, that will also go under the bed box. Not really under the bed, it's a tote. So, but it'll go in there until I can get that. I think I'm gonna have that framed, probably in a white frame or a gray-black frame. So that is that one. All right. Just a couple more. Are you sticking with me? Thank you so much if you are. I really did get a lot stitched, so I'm thrilled with that. Okay, so this one is called Summer Acorns, Spring Quaker, I don't know where I got that from. Summer Acorns, and it is a blue flower pattern. Look at me showing you what I'm stitching and haven't shown you the pattern itself, so behold the stitching, and then I'll show you the pattern. Sorry. It's like I haven't done this before. Excuse me. Anyway. Okay, so this is the pattern by the blue flower. I'm sure if you have been here before, you know how much I love the blue flower. Janine McGowan is a very talented designer. She, oh my word, so much fun. I keep asking David Mills, who works at Hobby House, he's co-owner, if they're bringing in Janine to do a retreat or anything. And last I knew, he said he's hoping to. I really hope he does too. I would really love to meet her and just get to sit under her tutelage. That would be amazing. So anyway, so I'm doing, okay, so these are threads for the Summer Acorn and the Summer Squirrel. So they're both on here, but anyway, these are the threads that I'm using. And mostly called for, I think that I switched a DMC for a color I didn't have. So anyway, again, this is how far I've gotten on it. Still have to fill in, obviously, some of these. Let me see what else. I've got some flowers to do and stuff like that around there. And then the border and all the squirrels. I haven't done any of the squirrels yet. Squirrels and acorns are two of my very favorite things to stitch and to have around the house. So I tend to leave them as like the dessert because I just love stitching them because I think they're so cute. So anyway, so that is in the same bag as the Summer Squirrel. I don't know if you've seen that pattern before or not, but I do have that, all the threads and another piece of fabric for that. So oh, I should probably tell you, it is being stitched on 32 count antique white linen, and mostly all of the called for threads, like I said, except for the two DMCs that I'm using. Okay, I have a very leaning Tower of Pisa over here, so I'm gonna move stuff really quick so we end up with them not going everywhere. Excuse me. Okay, the last thing that I've been working on comes in this giant bag that has the books in it and all of the patterns. I have threads in one of these little DMC boxes because I'm using all DMC. And then I put the threads that I'm working with in a little plastic baggie. So what I am working on is the Cricut Collections. Let's put them in order. Cricut Collections Acorns. It's called In a Nutshell. And so you stitch this piece and then this piece is wool. And so I am working on each of these. And so I'm going to show you the ones that I already have finished, and then I'll show you the ones that I am stitching now. So I stitched this one, sorry. I stitched this one before. That one's called Friends. And that one is Sherry and I. A brunette and a blonde. Sherry is my friend that I have known the longest, loved the longest. She's amazing. She's the one that went to Lancaster with me. Okay, and this one, it's a little hard to read, but it says family. It's all cardinals on there. Anyway, I have known Sherry since I was 8 years old. She taught me to ride horse. We've had tons of adventures together. So, okay, I'm going to show you this one first because the other one's upside down. It's Community. And then this one, Sunflower, says Nature. This cute little crow on there. And then the last one that I am working on right now is called Industry. And let me find that actual pattern on the booklets. Then you'll be able to see what it's going to look like. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Is this one here. It's got a beehive. This is Industry. And I'm working on this. This color is Chestnut. And I just started going down into the next section of the beehive. Okay, now, this is Weeks Dye Works linens. They're all different colors. I don't think this one is Weeks. I think that was something different. But this one is Weeks. And then I have a whole bunch of different colors. This chestnut is kicking my behind. I have to have my, okay, so I have progressive glasses, first of all. And then I am wearing my goggle magnifiers as a second thing to use. And then I'm using the little, I think it's called a daylight with a magnifier as well. The threads on the Weeks Dye Works, I typically stitch in hand for the most part, and I really wanted to stitch in hand with these particular patterns just because they're so little. I didn't want to have to like put them in a hoop and blah blah blah. So anyway, listen to me whine. But the chestnut is so dark. And the threads are so not, they're very loose. I think it's 30 count for the most part. They're very loose. And so when I pull a stitch across, it's like pulling the X. Let's see. Instead of it being like this, some of them are going like this, or they're coming close to get, it's driving me up a wall, people. So anyway, I really want to finish them because I love the idea of them. I love the idea of like having like a wooden tree or like a tree branches from outside that maybe I just hang them off of. They're gonna be so darn cute that, man, I wish I could just figure out how to stitch on that Weeks Dye Works and have it not be so frustrating. Anyway, we have had a ton of things happening. Sorry, that is all my stitching. So if that's all you've come for, feel free to say goodbye and pop off now and head on your merry way. But if you would like to hear about the other things that I have to talk about, both the retreats that we've had at Hobby House and such, and also the acquisitions that I have purchased, then please hang out and stay with me. Sorry, I'm also still dealing with like a major allergy attack I had a couple weeks ago. I missed almost a whole week of work because I couldn't breathe. It was, in my mind, catastrophic. It was pretty crazy. So anyway, let's move on. So happenings at Hobby House has been incredible. Sorry, I just banged the table. It's been incredible. We have finally had our grand opening, which was so exciting and so much fun. We had a weekend of stitchers that came in that were just so excited to be there. We had them stitching up at the Wood Cliff, and then they came down for shopping, and we had a food truck there. We had all sorts of prizes and fun things that they got to do. They got to do some special shopping. It was just a really great weekend all around. Excuse me. And that was July 11th through the 13th. And then August 8th through the 10th, we had, hold please. We had Nicola Parkman come in for a retreat, and she had Ray Niles and Kathleen Littleton join her. They had a retreat called Useful Work, and basically what they taught on and what they did was they brought out how the Bristol samplers were used to teach young girls how to do useful work, hence the name. There were so many sweet, wonderful ladies that came into the shop. I think there was something like 250 people there, and excuse me, both shopping and just enjoying the retreat. So then, okay, so that was July and August. So then in September 5th through the 7th, we had My Life is a Sampler 3 with Vicki Jeanette of Needlework Press and Tanya Brockmeyer of the Scarlet House. They both came in. Let me see. I'm going to show you a couple of things that were gifted me from that retreat. Now, there was a bunch of different floss tubers that came into Nicola's retreat. Brenda and Laura, Rika, I cannot remember what her floss tube name is, but so we got to meet them. That was really sweet and wonderful. I've met Brenda and Laura a number of times now, and I cannot speak highly enough of them. They are just the sweetest ladies you would ever meet, and just kind and loving, and I just really enjoy them a lot. So if you ever get a chance to meet them, don't be afraid to go up to them and introduce yourself. They love to meet people, and anyway, it was just very pleasurable meeting them. So okay, so anyway, so going back to the September 5th through 7th retreat, the My Life is a Sampler 3, Vicki Jeanette gave us ladies who work at the shop, we were stitching up at the retreat the one evening, because the ladies at the retreat are doing lots of different things, and those of us that work at the shop, we get the opportunity to go up and intermingle with them, kind of to ask them what they're stitching and get to see, all the different things. And we took an opportunity, 4 of us took an opportunity to stay up there and stitch for a few hours while they were in doing their session and everything. We stayed out in the lobby area, to be able to answer questions and that kind of thing if anybody, needed anything, but also to stitch. And that was incredibly wonderful to get to spend that time with 3 of my other coworkers. That way, we're always busy at the shop chit-chatting, and but working. We occasionally, spend a little bit of time talking and stuff, but we're usually quite busy at the shop. And so it was just nice to get to sit and chat with them and just spend that time. But anyway, Vicki gave us this sampler pattern, Esther Hawksworth, 1848. And it's just beautiful. That Holstein cow, I grew up in farmland, Pennsylvania, and there was Holsteins everywhere. And so that cow is just the cutest thing. But getting to see the actual samplers were so beautiful, and Tanya's was as well. I heard so many good things from the different ladies that were there, how enjoyable it was and how great it was to talk with Vicki and Tanya. I and a couple of my other coworkers got to have dinner with them, and it just really was special. It was a special time, and Tanya and Vicki are so sweet and so generous. If you ever get a chance to go to one of their retreats as well, please do. They're just great. They're just really great. So anyway, and we also got to meet quite a few other floss tubers. Now, a couple of them I had already met before, but they are just incredibly special to me. Both because they're hysterically funny and I just really enjoy their floss tubes. But Tara of Sully Stitches, and Rachel of Needle and Flax, they are genuinely two of the very funniest ladies I have ever had the joy of being around. And I wish that it wasn't always just a work time that I get to spend time with them, because they just are so much fun. Anyway, so if you get a chance to watch their floss tubes, again, it's Tara of Sully's Stitches and Needle and Flax. She dyes linen. I'm sure if you have ever heard of Needle and Flax, Thornfield, Hawthorne, Dirty Teacup, trying to think of other ones that we have at the shop that Dolly Madison. I'm like, there's a name that's eluding me right now. Dolly Madison. They're all incredibly beautiful fabrics and beautiful to work on. I do have a couple of pieces that I am going to be starting some things on here shortly. So anyway, they're so fun, and they both have floss tubes. And Rachel also has a Patreon that she has just started in the last month or 6 weeks. And I just became part of her Patreon. I'm super excited to see what she puts out. As far as she does teaching sessions about different women, like our founding fathers, but founding women of our country, and other things as well. So I'm super excited to get to hear about that. And then Brenda of Brenda and the Serial Starter was also there again. And so it was really nice getting to see her. And then Barb, I'm gonna, hopefully I'm not going to crush your name as far as like it be really bad, but I think her last name is Olivieri, Barb Olivieri. She is So She Sews and Quilts, and I'm going to show you this precious little gift she gave me. A little scissor holder with this little crocheted flower, which I think is so pretty. And I want you to be able to go and watch her. She has a floss tube, So She Sews and Quilts, and she lives like in the Buffalo area. I'm hoping you can see that. Let me pull it a little closer. There you go. So there's her email. She does long arm quilting as well. And so if you're, in the area, or if you can ship her your quilts, that kind of thing. She does that. I am very much looking forward to seeing if she can do a job that I have of my own, that a quilt that I finished in like 2018, but I really desperately want to see it get quilted. So, okay, also, what is happening at Hobby House? On Wednesday nights, we have a stitch night from 4 to 8, and you get to do some extended shopping hours. We provide snacks and tables and chairs for you to stitch. You just bring whatever you want to stitch, and it doesn't even have to just be cross stitch. It can be whatever you want to stitch. And just if you are planning to come, let them know at the shop. Call the shop and let them know that you are planning to come. I believe this particular week, which my video is probably going to come out after, but this particular week, a group from Ohio has said that they would like to come. They've come into the shop a couple of times, I think like Saturday, and they were there Monday, yesterday. And they were excited to hear that we did a stitching night. And so I think they're planning on coming. And then I want to share with you, just in case you don't know, and maybe I should mention again, I work at Hobby House. I cut linen there, and so that's why I'm mentioning like what we're doing at the shop. It's not anything that Kathy and David have asked me to do, but I offered to do it because I love the shop and I love them so much. So I am super happy to get to share what we're doing there. Anyway, Kathy is an amazing designer. She did the Patriotic Trio. I fell in love with that one. She has come out with some Halloween and Christmas designs this year, new designs. So I'm going to share those with you right now. I am so sorry. You can, I think I'm going to put a throat lozenge in. Maybe that will help me. You can order these online through the shop or come in and pick them up. I think they will physically be in the shop at the end of the week. But anyway, these are the patterns. It's called Happy Halloween. And then I have the samples here. This one is the Happy Halloween. I'm going to bring it up real close so you can see how fun the design is for the words. That's so neat. Very, I'm going to say very Gothic style alphabet. I think that's fun. Now, I'm not, what do I want to say? I don't decorate with witches and that kind of thing. But I know that there are a lot of people that really enjoy them and really enjoy stitching them. So have at it. I'm wondering if anyone would want to use this one as their which will you stitch? I think that's what it is. There's a sale going on that they're stitching these, but isn't she fun? She's so fun. So cute. Anyway, okay, so that was the Halloween ones. Now we have some Christmas ones, and these are so adorable. Okay, so here's the pattern. It's called Nordic Santa. Okay. The piece itself. Now they did it as a flat fold. the piece itself. He's so cute. Oh my word, he's so cute. I love the stripes in his coat and just all the details in it. It's almost like he's wearing an ugly sweater, but it's a cute ugly sweater. And he looks like a gnome. He's so cute. I'm definitely going to stitch this one. Okay, and then this one is called Nordic Deer. I think Kathy should be known for her deer. She has some of the most amazing deer. And that fox and rabbit, oh my word, so cute. So cute. Okay, now I gotta come closer because you've got to see this up close. So it has all sorts of specialty stitches. There's a lot of back stitching in here. The leaves have long stitches. The deer have lazy daisy stitches. It is adorable. Even though there's a lot of specialty stitches in there, I don't think it would be hard to do them. There's also, I think it's in these. Let me just make sure I'm pointing to the right spot. Okay, now where are they? Yes. In these, okay, it's on 40 count, so it's itty bitty teeny tiny, but it's a 4-sided stitch on those. It's just beautiful all the way around. It's so delicate and so pretty. I just love it. So pretty. So, all right. So those are her new designs coming out. I mean, they're out now. Sorry, I shouldn't have said coming out. They're out now. You can order them online, and then I think you can walk into the shop and get them at the end of the week. They're getting more. So, okay. So, let's see. My other acquisitions I will share with you. These were on Stash Unload, and I don't know how hard they are to find, but anything Abby Rose right now I am picking up because I know that she's not designing anymore. So that's an autumn pin pillow, a summer pin pillow. I just thought these were really pretty, and that one's a spring one. So I'm super excited to have those. And then this one, I love pretty much anything bees. And this is a Birds of a Feather. I'm not sure if Colorado Cross Stitcher will be doing this one or not. So when I saw it on the Facebook site, I think it's called Cross Stitch Unload. Cross Stitch Unlimited. I'll put it down in the description box so you can go. It's a lot of fun to look on there. So anyway, no bees, no honey, no work, no money. I just thought that was cute. So to add to my bee, what do I want to say? My bee displays. Okay, now this one is, I don't know how to say that. It's Permanent of Copenhagen, but I don't know how to say this, so I'm not going to try. But it's Anathes, and it's gorgeous. I love it. It's beautiful. I have wanted this one for a while, and so I found that one. And then a couple of other patterns that I've gotten are from Samplers and Primitives, and so when I saw these on there, and they're a little older, I think, We don't have them at the shop as far as I know. And I love them, especially the acorn one. That one's gorgeous. And then I wanted to let you know an addendum to last video. I had picked up these threads. They are Vicky Clayton silks. And I had told you that they were all together and I couldn't figure out where they were, you know, what pattern they were for. I got a hold of Vicky Clayton and told her the names of all of them, you know, sent her a little note that had all the names of them. And so she said they are for Beloved Running with Needles and Scissors. So I got all of the threads for that, which I was super happy about because I want to do that pattern. And then I wanted to show you some of what I got at the shop in the last couple of months. This was a market release, and I can't wait to do that one. I like the rooster, I like the girl, everything about it. I had to have that one. And then, how do I get in here without making too much noise? I think you're going to see how obsessed I am with this one particular color of blue, because I got more of it and a few threads that are that color as well. So, okay. So I got, I think it's eucalyptus. Yep, eucalyptus 32 count from Fox and Rabbit. And then I got eucalyptus 36 count of Fox and Rabbit. And then I got a white clay, I think. Yes, 36 count white clay. Now, here's where the threads come in. Here's the one fabric, and there's the threads. So I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to do with these threads. They're silks. They're NPI. And the one is color 322 and one is 321. They're basically the colors of my bedroom, that bluey green, beachy green color, and I love them. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with them, but I'll find something. And then last but not least, I have to show this to you. It is so much fun. It is nothing at all like I would ever normally buy. But I am 100% all excited about it. My friend at work, Sherry, also purchased it. And so she had the idea that, anyway, it's the Garden Box by Jeanette Douglas. And she had the idea that we would stitch one of these pieces, one of the smaller pieces, for each other. So the night that we were stitching at the retreat, I stitched this for her because I didn't come planning to stay to stitch, and she purchased it. So she told me I could stitch this for her while I was there. So I did. And we're using, I don't know what she's using. I can't remember what it was, but I am using French Vanilla by Grace Notes. 32 count. You have to use 32 count for it. That's probably a better representation. It has a little bit of yellowish modeling in it, but it's bright. It's a bright colored fabric. And then the kit came with a little ruler and all the wool that you needed, or felted wool. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but wool. And then you had to buy all the threads, so I got all the threads for it. And I had a couple of DMCs as well. And then you had to buy the box for it. Would you look at the box? Isn't that the cutest thing? Okay, so let me put it the direction that it, like that. It's so cute. It's tiny, but it's so cute. I can't wait to stitch it. I'm so excited. I haven't done anything more since stitching Sherry's portion, just because I've been working on those acorns and such. So now since I showed it to you, now I can go ahead and start stitching again. So I'm super excited about doing that. And I actually might finish, like fully finish these when I get them done, because I want to get them into the box. So anyway, I think that's it. That is it. Okay. So I know that the last couple of times I have shared what plans I was going to do. I should not do that, because I am a rebel probably at heart, like completely and fully. So with that said, I did not finish or even start Americana Blue or Red. I did not make any project bags. And those were both things that I've told you, at least for the last 2 videos, that I would do. It hasn't happened. Perhaps maybe it will now, because I'm telling you I'm not going to do that. Anyway, what do I plan to do? Stitch. I will stitch. I will stitch whatever I want, when I want, however long I want, and hopefully get bunches and bunches done, because I do love to stitch. If you have stayed with me this long, I thank you so much. I really appreciate having people come and experience what I am stitching. Hopefully it excites you, encourages you.
In a world of thread and linen, where the colors intertwine, the cross-stitch queen awakens with a vision so divine. With needle poised like magic wand, she dances through the night, creating tales of fabric dreams and hues both bold and bright. On nightingales sing your song, your stitches soft and sweet, each not a whisper of the past, where memories and fabric meet. With parades of half-done dreams, they flutter in the air. Completed projects tell the tales of love stitched with such care. In the glow of retro neon light, she finds her sacred space. With every loop and every pull, she weaves our hearts embrace. The gaze echo through her mind, the melody so clear, as she crafts the tapestry of life with laughter and with cheer. Her fingers dance like fireflies illuminating the night, each thread a journey back in time where everything feels right. From floor patterns to geometric lines, a canvas comes alive. In every stitch a story told, in each design we thrive. On nightingale with every thread you weave a piece of soul. In the stitchery of memories you make the broken whole. With passion pouring from your heart you paint the world anew. world of thread and linen where the colors intertwine. The cross-stitch queen awakens with a vision so divine. With needle poised like magic wand, she dances through the night, creating tales of fabric dreams in hues both bold and bright. While nightingales sing your song in stitches soft and sweet, each knot a whisper of the past where memories and fabric meet. With parades of half-done dreams they flutter in the air. Completed projects tell the tales of love stitched with such care. In the glow of retro neon light she finds her sacred space. With every loop and every pull she weaves our hearts embrace. The gaze echo through her mind, her melody so clear, as she crafts her tapestry of life with laughter and with cheer. Her fingers dance like fireflies illuminating the night, each thread a journey back in time where everything feels right. From floor patterns to geometric lines, a canvas comes alive. In every stitch a story told, in each design we thrive. On nightingale with every thread you weave a piece of soul. In the stitchery of memories you make the broken whole. With passion pouring from your heart